Thank you so much for joining us today for this Donorbox webinar as we explore our new releases, hidden gems, and fan favorite features of Donorbox. Again, my name is Jenna, and I'm the nonprofit advocate here at Donorbox. And today I am joined by a whole crew of Donorbox experts. And I'm so excited to have some faces on with me today. We'll do introductions in just a minute, but before we do, I do have a couple of housekeeping items so I can answer those questions that may already be on your mind. So this session will be about an hour long, including plenty of time allotted at the end for a live Q&A. Please be sure to drop questions in the chat box throughout the presentation, and we will be busy behind the scenes answering those as we go along and also marking them to answer them at the end. We'll also be launching lots of helpful links throughout this session, and you will see those pop up in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. So go ahead and click those launch, and they'll open right up. You can save them in your tabs for later. But don't fret if you don't get to it. We will also send all of these links in our post-email or a post-event follow-up. So with that, the session is being recorded. We have got you covered, and everybody will receive the recording, the slide deck, and the links to all of these wonderful resources in the next day or two via email with the email that you registered with. Okay, without further ado, we will jump back into team introductions. I know we're already, said our names and where we're located, but we'll give you a little bit more information here about who we are here at Donorbox. So again, for the third time, I'm Jenna. I'm the nonprofit advocate here at Donorbox, and I'm located in Atlanta, Georgia. Simply put, my job is to help nonprofits make a bigger impact through educational webinars like this one, videos, resources, and information about how to use Donorbox's amazing fundraising tools. And the best part of my job is that I could get to connect with hundreds of nonprofits like you guys every month. So it's amazing that this is a job. And I'll pass it back down to Zark. I'm naming them as I see them on the screen. So Zark, over to you.
Thank you, Jenna. So yes, I'm Zark Iqbal. I'm based in Pakistan, and I'm a product manager at Donorbox. My primary role involves working with integrations as well as looking into the primary platform side of things at Donorbox. So yeah, everything related to Salesforce and our other integrations, as well as a few new things that we're going to, leash out today. That's what I do at Donorbox.
Thanks, Zark, and over to you, Bobby Joe.
Hello again, everyone. My name is Bobby Joe, and I'm an account manager at Donorbox, located in Boise, Idaho. A big part of my role at Donorbox, and one of the biggest reasons why I love what I do, revolves around making sure organizations are fully utilizing their Donorbox settings and features to help meet their fundraising goals. So I look forward to spending this time during the webinar together and pointing out a few hidden gems that can be beneficial and easy for all of us to use.
Thanks, Bobby Joe. And over to you, Jimmy.
Hi, everyone. I'm one of the product managers here at Donorbox. And as you probably know, Donorbox has a lot of great features. We have a lot of things going on. And I'm very lucky to be involved with the features Donor Portal, Text to Give, Events, Taxes and Receipts, and Organization Settings.
Thanks, Jimmy. And over to you, Leo.
Okay, hi, everyone. This is Leo again, and I'm from the Customer Success team. At Donorbox, we really care about your nonprofit success. So that's why we have a dedicated team to guide and support you throughout your experience at Donorbox. And we know that as an organization, you wear many hats, right? Account manager, marketer, the list goes on. And we want to make sure that tech support is in one of those hats. And we truly pride ourselves of providing great customer experience and making sure that you have all the necessary information. So I hope you enjoyed the webinar.
Thanks, Leo. And last but not least, Kara, we'll pass it over to you.
I'm Kara. I'm fundraising coach at Donorbox, and my professional background is in fundraising and development in several different nonprofit organizations. So I've been in your seat, and now I get to sit on this side of things and help our Donorbox clients with their own fundraising and overcome some of their own fundraising obstacles. I work with Jenna on educational content through webinars and then one-on-one coaching with organizations as well.
Thanks so much, Kara and team. I'm so glad you're here today, everyone. I'm so glad that you get to meet some of the folks behind the scenes here at Donorbox. So we're going to go ahead and dive right in. Here is our agenda today. First, we're going to talk about who is Donorbox? What is Donorbox? New releases, fan favorite features, hidden gems, and some exciting announcements. So without further ado, let's hop right in. So what and who is Donorbox? If you're new here or you haven't been an active user in a while, I want to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about Donorbox and our mission, our values, our impact, and of course, our amazing suite of fundraising tools. So Donorbox has one simple mission, and that is to provide nonprofits with simple and effective tools to manage their fundraising activities and connect with donors on a deeper level. We believe that nonprofits should not face technology barriers when helping others. This is kind of a no-brainer. So to solve this, Donorbox was built so that every nonprofit can raise donations online easily. And I can say this on behalf of everyone on our team and all the folks on the webinar today that we believe in you and the important work that you're doing. And we're so inspired by nonprofits and their staff, volunteers, supporters, and all those folks in between. So everyone who strives to do good, and we're motivated by the positive impact and change that you all bring to this world. I promise you, we are all cheerleaders for you. When we see your successes, we are celebrating so hard. So here are a few cheerleaders here on this call. So unlike many other tech companies, Donorbox is actually 100% self-funded. We're not influenced by monetary interests and have even turned down some acquisition offers because we aim to serve our nonprofit community long-term. And our goal is to help as many nonprofits as possible. And that's really apparent in our pricing model, which we're going to talk about today. And we will keep our software affordable for nonprofits throughout their journey to change the world. So we are also proud to serve globally and to inspire giving globally. Since 2014, we've helped connect millions of donors to nonprofits around the world. And you can see this in our chat right now. We've got folks from all over, which is really cool. And our own team members are located in, I think, 10 different countries. It may even be more now. So we personally understand the importance and impact of people from all around the world coming together for a greater cause. I think that's what makes our team and our organizations really, really special. So to date, we have helped 50,000 nonprofits across 96 different countries raise over $1 billion. And we're really proud of that. So our organizations have achieved amazing things, of course, well on their own with their incredible missions, but with a little extra help from Donorbox as well. So Black Girls Code has increased their donations by 400%. The Honnold Foundation increased their donations by, that should be 200%. Truth Out, 100%, and Upward Scholars, 270% increase in donations. So we are so humbled by the work these organizations are doing and all the other organizations are doing, and really, really grateful for your trust. And again, so excited to see all the success that they are seeing as well. And again, simplicity is one of our core values here at Donorbox. And that's what we do for you and your donors. We make it simple. You can set up a customized campaign in just 15 minutes and start fundraising. It's not scary. It's not hard. Actually, it's a lot of fun. Or even better, you can create an entire customized fundraising page at no additional cost. And we offer enterprise-grade fundraising with the lowest platform fee at only 1.5% with no hidden charges. And we will always be transparent about our pricing and always strive to keep it affordable for nonprofits of any size. You don't have to book a call with us to know how much our services cost, which I think is really great. And we also strive to be as accessible as possible for our global audience. So our platform is easily customizable to create forms in multiple languages and accept donations in multiple currencies. And more to come as well. That's always a work in progress. And beyond that, of course, we have a bunch of fundraising solutions. So we've got our embedded and pop-up donation forms that can be added to your fundraising page or your website to integrate seamlessly with your branding and really help with that donor giving experience. We've got recurring donations, a donate button, dedicated fundraising pages, quick donate, crowdfunding, peer-to-peer fundraising, memberships, event ticketing, text to give, and so much more. We really just have packed a whole bunch of stuff into our fundraising suite, and we're going to talk about some of those things today. But I know for some of you, you may be brand new. So to learn more about Donorbox, you can follow this link right here. Go ahead and click it. It will bring you to our landing page and explore. So thanks for letting me give you our spiel. Really glad you're here and hope that helps you see who Donorbox is just a little bit better. But to kick off this webinar, we're going to highlight some new releases. You've already taken the first step in choosing or considering a platform that empowers you to raise more money for your amazing cause. And we are constantly working on new features and ways to help you help others better. And Zark and Jimmy can attest to this. So let's check out what's new in your fundraisers toolkit. And first up, I'm so excited to have Zark pop on here to talk about a feature we just launched, UltraSwift Pay. And UltraSwift Pay provides less hassle, faster transactions, and happier giving for your supporters. So Zark, take it away.
Thanks, Jenna. So yes, just to continue and from what Jenna said, so UltraSwift Pay essentially is a new variant of our all-popular donation form that supports ultra-fast donation checkout experience for your donors and supporters. So as you guys already know that Donorbox donation form is one of the best, if not the best out there. And what we've done is we've upgraded it a notch to basically ensure that your supporters' experience is improved. And before we dive into the details of how UltraSwift Pay works and what exactly are the causes and how to enable it, disable it, and what are the features in there with UltraSwift Pay and which payment processes it works with, I'd just like to briefly go into the philosophy behind UltraSwift Pay and why we basically came through to UltraSwift Pay. So there are two things that we've been thinking out about for quite some time now, and the philosophy behind UltraSwift Pay is tightly coupled to those. First is your supporter relationships, and the second is the fact that we want to ensure that we decrease the cart abandonment, form abandonment rates for your donors and supporters. So as we all know, supporters are the backbone of any nonprofit. An important aspect of managing supporter relationships is ensuring that their time is valued. And in order to do that, what we need to do is we need to expedite the supporter checkout experiences and ensure that we save their time and effort, which ultimately leads to an enhanced experience for your donors and supporters, as well as ensuring that you are able to manage the relationships, the hard-earned relationships with your donors and supporters in a better mechanism. And the second most important thing is that we are a generation whose attention span is constantly declining. And of course, there are quite a few studies that basically do tell us that the average attention span of online users is decreasing on a day-to-day basis. So with UltraSwift Pay, what we've done is we've tried to ensure that we're able to respect that, we're able to move forward with the change in behavior that we're experiencing as globally. And what we want to do is ensure that we're still able to cultivate the maximum out of our hard-earned relationships with our supporters and our donors. So that's the philosophy behind it. How we've achieved it is basically with a lot of digital wallet apps, payment apps like PayPal Checkout, Venmo, Google Pay, Apple Pay, Mercado Pago. If you have those enabled on your donation form, what essentially will happen is that all they have to do is select the amount, and they can simply complete the transaction, the donation, without entering their personal details. Those will be picked up automatically by our form through the donation processing platform. This saves a lot of time. And when I mention the personal details, that includes the first name, last name, email address, as well as the physical address of the donor. So these 4 fields take that time out, typing all that information in, and we've transformed it into an experience where it's just a few clicks and the donation is done. Boom. And that's pretty much it. And moving forward with a lot of re-engineering with UltraSwift Pay, what you'll see in the near future is that there will be a lot of other AI-powered and other offerings that you'll see with the new UltraSwift Pay enabled forms. Okay, so after this, I'll just like to go over a quick demo of how UltraSwift Pay works, and let me just share my screen for that. Perfect. So I suppose you guys can see my screen, and as of now, as you can see, perfect. So yeah, I'm in my Donorbox dashboard, and the default options on the left side is the Campaigns tab. So once you're in your Campaigns tab, all you have to do in order to enable UltraSwift Pay on any of your campaigns is to simply click the edit symbol next to the campaign. Once you're in the campaign creator, you just have to go to the Essentials section, which is the first one. And down there on the left, you'll see a toggle switch for UltraSwift Pay. All you have to do is simply turn on the toggle and click Update on that particular campaign. And that's about it. UltraSwift Pay is enabled on your particular campaign. Let's move to the donation form now. So before we actually do a live demo, I'd like to quickly go over, stating the obvious, so to speak, and that would be that for UltraSwift Pay to work, you have to have PayPal checkout enabled on your particular organization, and you can simply do that by going to the payment methods section on your Donorbox account. In the dashboard, you go to payment methods section. You have to first connect to PayPal if it's not connected. Once it's done, you have to simply click the toggle button that appears over here if it's not connected, and you can enable PayPal checkout. Of course, if your donors and supporters have Apple Pay and Google Pay already active in their browsers on their machines, it will pop up as an option. Venmo and Mercado Pago work as part of PayPal checkout. Sounds good. So going back to the campaign, this is our campaign. Let's do a quick and easy donation using UltraSwift Pay. And in this case, will be for the purpose of this particular demo, what we'll be doing is we'll just use PayPal checkout to complete our experience. As you can see, after we selected the amount, all we have to do is click the Continue with PayPal button. Once you click that, you'll be taken to the PayPal account. And if you're already signed in, the donation will simply complete. And if you're lazy like me, then you'll have to sign in one more time to your PayPal account. Once we're inside the PayPal account, all you have to do is click Donate Now with your PayPal balance. It takes a bit of time to process the donation, and boom, that's it. The donation has completed without your donor ever having to put in any of their personal information, but you don't need to worry about it because the entire information is already captured for you. So let's go back to the Donations tab and see how it looks. So this is the donation that we just made, a $50 donation to make Earth green again. We see the donor is there, and the donor's email will be there, and any other information, personal information that would have been added on your PayPal account would have also shown up over here. So yeah, that's how the entire process looks. I'm sure you guys can appreciate the swiftness of it and how easy it is to basically do that. Now, coming back to how basically how it works. So what the next part related to this is just to make sure how essentially you want to move forward with. What we've done is we've not really enabled UltraSwift Pay by default for all your existing campaigns, because we want our users to have the ability to switch to it whenever they want at the time of their own choosing. And if for all new campaigns that will be created using Donorbox moving forward, UltraSwift Pay will be enabled by default on them. And for your existing campaigns, you can turn on UltraSwift Pay, as you just mentioned, on any of your campaigns at any time, and you don't need to worry about it. It won't have any impact on any of your existing recurring donors, as well as any other thing related to your ongoing campaigns. There is going to be no impact at all. It's a very smooth transition, from our present existing form to UltraSwift Pay. And another important aspect of UltraSwift Pay is to with this, we want to make sure that you guys switch to it at the earliest, so that you're able to cultivate the new offerings that the platform will be introducing quite soon. And even if you enable UltraSwift Pay, and let's say you don't have PayPal checkout enabled, or your donors don't really have Apple Pay and Google Pay enabled on their browsers, you don't need to worry about it. It's not like there's going to be any impact in that case either. In that case, your UltraSwift form will simply fall back to your original existing form. So the experience will go back to the normal experience that you guys already have. So there won't be any impact in that sense either. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And we're looking forward to everyone switching to UltraSwift Pay at the earliest, so that you guys can increase your donations, as well as improve and further cultivate your donor and supporter relationships.
Thanks
Moving
so much.
forward.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So moving forward, I'd quickly like to talk about a few payment methods that we've added more recently. And we're always adding new payment methods to our arsenal, because that is one of the most important aspects of any platform, donation processing platform. And we have a commitment with ourselves that we want to ensure that we support as many donation processing platforms as we can. And I see that Jenna has already popped up, a link to for UltraSwift Pay, and you guys can learn more by clicking that button. It will take you to the blog for the Donorbox UltraSwift Pay, and that has all the details that we've already mentioned over here. And feel free to reach out to our support at any point in time, whenever the need be.
Thanks,
So,
Dirk.
yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and launch the links for the Canadian direct debits and the UK direct debits as well.
Yeah. So while Jenna does that, and you guys take a look at those, so it's really simple to enable Canadian direct debits and UK direct debits for the orgs on which it's applicable. It's just that you have to have a Donorbox account with the country, the Donorbox country, and the Stripe country set to that specific country. After that, you simply have to go to the payment methods page in Donorbox and enable the corresponding direct debit option there. And the last step is to go to your campaign creator and enable the payment method specifically for that campaign. And once it's done, the donors can simply use the Canadian as well as UK direct debits for their transactions, which is, of course, very convenient for users residing in those specific areas.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that, Zark. I already see some questions coming in about UltraSwift. So as we get ready to pass it over to Jimmy for one more new release, feel free to hop into the chat and answer some of those for us. So Jimmy, tell us what we've got up next.
Sure. So I'll share a quick recap on Donorbox Events. Donorbox Events officially launched last month, and it is a great way for organizations to sell tickets online. It offers options and solutions organizations that want to minimize their tax work. We help with the calculation of your tax deductible amount, and then we also include that amount in the event receipts, so that you do not need to do any extra work to calculate the amount and then add it to the receipt and then send it off on your end. We'll take care of all of that for you. And this will free up an organization's resources so that they can focus on tasks that has more impact and returns. And the event campaign editor is really easy to use, and you can also offer the buyers the opportunity to make a separate donation to help your organization's cause. Now, you can create as many event campaigns and ticket levels as you like, and there is no add-on or monthly cost to use the event feature. And to learn more about events, Jenna is going to go ahead and share the link to the bottom left.
Thank you so much for that. Super excited about the events rollout, everybody. I really encourage you to check this out, especially as we're moving into fundraising and like gala season. I think this will be a wonderful resource for you. So now we're going to dive into some fan favorite features. These next tools are used and loved by our users, and we've really seen them help organizations fundraise to great success. So actually, Jimmy, I'm going to pass it back over to you.
Yeah, sure. So text to give is an additional method for your supporters to give to your cause and your organization, and it is perfect for live events and ongoing campaigns. It has the unique compelling factor of encouraging donors to donate on the spot or that specific time. So by using Donorbox text to give add-on, your campaign has the opportunity to collect donor information and donation details and add or export them to your donor database. We have two separate plans for text to give, two different levels. The basic plan gives you access to the long code for $19 a month. The short code plan gives you access to both the long code and the short code, as well as letting you select a custom keyword for your campaign. And this second plan is for $50 a month. Now, the custom keyword is unique to your organization's campaign. So not only does it make it easy for your supporters to memorize what they should text to the text to give number, but it also acts as a call to action for your campaign. And after a donor has donated once using the smartphone, they are able to repeat the same donation again with just a simple text. They do not need to fill out the information again. So we are helping you lower the barriers for a donor to make repeat donations. Now, to learn more about text to give with Donorbox, Jenna's going to go ahead and launch the link below.
Thanks so much for that, Jimmy. I love text to give. You are meeting donors where they are at. We all have phones in our hands at all times. So I think it's really a wonderful tool to use. And I especially love the custom keyword feature. So you see on the screen here, Pongo Poetry gets to use the word Pongo. If you're a rescue, you can use the word rescue. You can really get creative here. If you're hosting a gala and it's called, Hope for Youth. You could use the word hope. So many possibilities here. So be sure to check out that link. And next up, I'm actually going to take this one over. This is a fan favorite feature of mine for sure. We launched Donorbox Peer-to-Peer late last year, and it is my absolute favorite way to fundraise and mobilize supporters. Everybody on the team knows how obsessed with peer-to-peer fundraising I am, and for a good reason. It's an amazing way to maximize your campaign reach, encourage your supporters to get involved, and raise more funds and awareness for your cause. So simply put, peer-to-peer fundraising is a method of fundraising that encourages your supporters to actively participate in your organization's fundraising efforts instead of just donating, which is still great. A peer-to-peer participant becomes an active fundraiser for your organization by creating their own personal fundraising pages dedicated to your cause. So like the one that you're seeing on the screen here. So it is the big bang benefit of peer-to-peer is the level of impact that it can bring to your organization. It helps you boost awareness of your organization because you've got a network of supporters that you know and trust, sharing your campaign with everybody that they know and trust. So you're reaching further networks and raising more money for your cause for less effort and actually for less money, because we all know fundraising also costs money, right? So our peer-to-peer fundraising is easy to activate. You only have to toggle a switch on in your campaign creator. It's simple to use for nonprofits and supporters who may have never fundraised before. That was really important to us, to make sure that your supporters know what they're doing and that it's easy to navigate. And again, it's so great for outreach networks efforts. So there are no setup fees, no monthly fees, and no contracts with peer-to-peer. Once you start raising funds, there is that standard 1.5% 1% platform fee for your main campaign and a 2.95% platform fee for your peer campaigns. So those campaigns that your supporters have launched. And I really encourage you to check out PeertoPeer if you need to mobilize your supporters, such as your volunteers or your board, because your board should be fundraising for you 100%. This is a great way to do so. So first, I'm going to go ahead and launch the blog. If I can find it here in my list, give me a second. We have so many great things to launch today. So here is the step-by-step guide to start using peer-to-peer through Donorbox. But while we're here, I also want to launch 2 links to some really great peer-to-peer fundraising campaigns from some of our own organizations that have seen success. So the first one here is going to be Maya's Hope, and they have launched a peer-to-peer campaign for relief efforts for Ukraine. So this is a great use case for using peer-to-peer in times where you need to turn around fundraising really quickly and gain the support of your community. So I'm going to go ahead and share that. Please click that link. Get inspired by what Maya's Hope is doing and how you can utilize peer-to-peer in your own way. And I'll give you a second to click that, and I'll share one more peer-to-peer campaign that has seen really good success, and that is with the Trailblazer Foundation. Trailblazer Foundation is a really loyal organization to us. We have featured them in some nonprofit spotlight interviews, and they recently started using peer-to-peer just for a general campaign, just general fundraising, no specific type of fund like the Ukraine. So that's also a great example that you can have ongoing peer-to-peer going. You don't have to have a specific campaign for this. So there's the Trailblazer Foundation. Okay, I'll let you guys click through that. And while you are doing that, next up, we're going to highlight some hidden gems of Donorbox. Donorbox has tons of tools and resources that can help you fundraise more effectively, but there may be a few that have flown under the radar. So today we're going to talk about some of our favorite tools and how you can use them to boost donor engagement, increase donations, and save you some time as well. So Bobby Joe, I'm going to pass it over to you.
Thank you so much, Jenna, and thanks for the introduction to Hidden Gems. Now that we've reviewed some exciting new releases and, of course, fan favorites, I'd love to spotlight a couple of hidden gems that can also add a lot of value to your fundraising efforts. The first hidden gem I'd like to point out is our Moments feature. This is a hidden gem because it automatically keeps track of a few key opportunities for you to keep in touch with your supporters. It's like a to-do list that writes itself. This feature will notify you when a supporter hits a specific milestone, such as making their first donation, increasing their recurring donations, and even their first-year anniversary since donating to your organization, so you can stay in touch with your supporters during these key moments. The notifications in the Moments feature continuously refresh, so you can always be up to date and on time with your supporter outreach, whether you decide to pick up the phone and give a quick thank you or send over a heartfelt acknowledgement via email. The Moments feature is an included part of your Donorbox account and a really helpful starting point for donor communication. As a donor myself, I know I would feel very appreciated if these moments were acknowledged by an organization, and hope you are encouraged to give the Moments feature an overview and incorporate these practices into your donor communication. If you'd like to learn more about the Moments feature, you can click the link just launched by Jenna. And I have one more hidden gem I'll share today out of many in Donorbox: QR codes. Our QR codes are another hidden gem because they instantly direct your supporters to a specific Donorbox hosted campaign page within seconds. These last few years, a lot of us have become very familiar with the QR code. A QR code is a square barcode that can be scanned with a smartphone camera, directing the user to a web page, and in this case, to your Donorbox hosted campaign page right on their mobile phone. This is a great way to direct supporters to your donation form simply by scanning a code on their phone and bringing them seconds away from making a donation. In Donorbox, every campaign will automatically create a unique QR code for that Donorbox hosted campaign page, so you can download and share a special QR code for each of your individual campaigns. This feature is free of cost and makes sharing your campaigns through print media like brochures, flyers, posters, business cards very easy, and makes a great opportunity during events or any kind of handout given to your supporters. It's easy for you, it's convenient for your supporters, and it's included with every campaign. To learn even more about using QR codes for your Donorbox campaigns, you can follow the new link launched by Jenna.
Thanks so much, Bobby Joe. I love the moments filter. And of course, everybody's using QR codes now. So I think it's really important that people know that they have access to these things already included in their Donorbox dashboard. So thank you. And now I'm going to pass it over to Leo. Leo, what do you got for us?
Hi, everyone. This is Leo again. And you can see the amazing team that we have over there. That's our amazing team that's always ready to help. And today I just want to actually talk about what we do as a customer support team. And I just want to go over some of the general things that we do and the type of tickets that we address every day, just for you to know, like if you have a question, don't say, maybe they won't help. Just reach out, and we always will do our best to help you out, right? And just to give you an idea of what we do, we deal with general questions about, how Donorbox works. We also help with technical problems with your donation form. We have feature requests and suggestions. We love this type of feedback. If you think that we can improve something, or if you want to see something new, you just, reach out to us, let us know, and we always share this type of feedback with our engineering and production team. And they go over that and they see when they can actually implement that, right? Then we also help with questions on how to set up or enable a specific feature in your campaign or your account, guidance and suggestions on how to achieve a specific look. And I think one of the most important is guidance on setting up a form or how to start, right? This happens when you are actually new. And it might happen that you create your Donorbox account and you don't know how to connect a payment method. You don't know how to modify a receipt, how to add a thank you message. And those type of things are pretty simple to do, but if you don't know, if you're not familiar, you might be hesitating where I go, how I do that. You can send a message, you can contact us, and we'll be happy to share with you maybe some guides. We can share, sometimes we do with screenshots, video. We might do anything that we have in our hands to help you, right? And that's why just so that, that we have this amazing team. Currently, we have, right now, we have 7 dedicated support agents helping you, and we are available 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. And we are available on the weekends during the busy periods, just to make sure we're helping everyone every day of the week, right? And our average first time response is 15 minutes. So that basically means a live person is going to be replying to you within that time. And this is very important for you to know that we also have over 10 dedicated developers helping out with more complex questions. So if you think this is too complicated for a support agent or something like that, don't worry, we have a lot of resources available. So we have developers, and we have a lot of people behind our backs helping us, right? We have 2 account managers, we have 1 director of customer success, and we're here to help. So if you have any questions, you can send an email to support@donorbox.org, or you can go to donorbox.org and go to the contact page. So don't hesitate to reach out, right?
Thanks, Leo. Thank you so much, everyone. I dropped the support email in the chat box because it was an email. I wasn't able to launch it as a link. Maybe we're biased, but I don't think we are. Truly such an amazing customer support team. I see the way that they care for our users and how attentive they are and how resourceful they are. So please reach out for anything that you have. I think this is a hidden gem because not a lot of software companies have a live person at the other end waiting to connect with you. So thanks for that, Leo. And as you were talking, I realized, shoot, I forgot to add in a hidden gem that I really wanted to mention, and that is our YouTube channel. So I don't have a slide for this, but I do have a link that I just snuck in. So our YouTube channel is packed with tons of content There are not only pro tips and tutorials on the channel, but you can also find webinar recordings like this one and inspirational nonprofit interviews. There are all sorts of Donorbox videos that you can find on the channel, such as donation page best practices, fundraising ideas for holidays, how to beat burnout with Coach Kara down here, and so much more. So if you haven't checked it out, I'm going to go ahead and launch the link now. Be sure to subscribe so that you can stay up to date with all of our latest content. So I am launching that link now. Okay. Well, last but certainly not least, we've got a couple of really exciting announcements for all of you. So Kara, I'm going to pass it over to you to tell us a little bit about Donorbox Premium.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jenna. And thank you all for giving your time to this today. We really appreciate you joining us. We appreciate all of our organizations. And I can honestly say that at Donorbox, we are grateful to work with organizations of all sizes and all different missions. And each is really in a different place. Some are excelling and it's smooth sailing, but some are struggling and just hitting some roadblocks and obstacles. And so I wonder if you're a nonprofit that's struggling and you don't know why. Maybe you have too much on your plate. Maybe you're overwhelmed and you don't even know where to start strategizing. This is where Donorbox Premium comes in. So Donorbox Premium comes with account management, Donorbox's great fundraising tools, and tech support, and it's really a beautiful blend of those three services to help you maximize your donation potential. Our goal with Donorbox Premium is to guide you through the deep work to understand where you can improve, plus help you craft a scalable and sustainable donation strategy. So I know I've wrestled with creating and working the strategy, and we're here to help guide you through that. So first, for premium customers, your Donorbox account manager and fundraising coach will guide you through a fundraising assessment and identify some obstacles that are maybe preventing some success for you. We take a look at maybe the untapped fundraising potential that you already have within your organization and work from that point forward. We offer quarterly check-ins, regular check-ins to make sure that you're working through those okay, that you're handling the suggestions and the roadmap that we've helped provide for you. And then you have Donorbox's suite of fundraising tools and customization options that are available to you. And you can see them on this slide here. So these are offered a la carte, but these are with Donorbox Premium. These are all tools that you're provided with that subscription. And then last but not least, the hidden gem we just talked about with Leo, our amazing customer support team. With Donorbox Premium, you have access to a fast track queue to tech support. So you kind of have the direct line through online tech support with Leo and his team. So combined, these act as an extension of your team, an extension of your fundraising and development operations that help you maximize your time while you work to make this world a better place. And Jenna will launch the Donorbox Premium website, I believe. If not, I can put it in the chat. But Donorbox Premium is a subscription, and it can be paid either annually or quarterly. And if it's paid all at once annually, the total is $4,500, which averages to about $375 a month. And then if paid quarterly, the total is $1,197 per quarter, which is the equivalent of about $399 a month. And the goal there is to really help you maximize your fundraising success and more than pay for the investment you're making there. So I know I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have about Donorbox Premium during the Q&A section, and I'll check the chat too to see if there's any questions there. But on that website, when you click the Donorbox Premium page, there should be an orange button to connect with the sales team, and you can have a one-on-one meeting to learn more about Donorbox Premium and how that might work for your organization.
Thank you so much, Kara. I'm so excited for organizations that get to start using Donorbox Premium. I've never heard of a service like this, that's so affordable with that one-on-one coaching and that extra care. I work with Kara every single day, and the things that I learn from her are truly amazing. She has such great insight. She's so well studied and well read and has all these years of experience behind her. So just know that you will be in good hands with that one-on-one coaching. So that alone is worth its weight in gold, in my opinion. So we've got one more announcement, and it is my pleasure to announce the Donorbox 360 series. You may have noticed that we are in this Donorbox 360 series now, and this is a product education initiative to help you get the most out of your Donorbox experience. We want to give you all the tools you need to succeed in your fundraising efforts. And we know that knowledge is power. So each quarter, we will be taking a deep dive into Donorbox's tools, features, or integrations, showing the inner workings of the tool, and also talking about best practices. So here today, we did just a brief overview about what each of these tools are. But for sessions in the future, we'll be diving deeper into those best practices and how you can better utilize those. So the first webinar in this series will take place later this month, and we'll be talking about text to give and how it can increase the number of donations by reaching your donors where they are. And we'll also be doing something really special in May, coming together as a community to support Ukraine with our peer-to-peer fundraising. Again, peer-to-peer is ideal for time-sensitive situations when nonprofits need to raise funds quickly for a specific cause. So we really wanted to focus our efforts in our community on Ukraine in May. And finally, in June, we'll be taking a look at the Donorbox Salesforce integration and discover how it can streamline your donor management processes by automating your tasks that often keep nonprofits from focusing on what matters most, which is their mission. So please stay tuned for those specific dates coming soon. You will see emails for all of these announcements. But before we hop into Q&A, I want to encourage everyone who wants to learn more about Donorbox, what we have to offer, to follow the link that I am about to launch. Bear with me for just a second. All right, that's not the one. Hang on, guys. I've got 14 links preloaded in here. Here we are. Okay, so follow the link that I just launched to contact our sales team. They're so excited to talk with you about your needs and really happy to answer any questions you may have. And I will launch that link again after Q&A as well. So keep the questions rolling in. I see that we have had the team diligently answering them in the chat. But I'm going to go ahead and navigate to our questions tab team, and we'll start to knock out some of these. So let's see. Zark, I think that this one would probably be for you. Can you, oh, this one was already answered about the security of Donorbox, given so many different company services. So you know what, since we're already up here, Zark, can you talk a little bit about that for everybody who may have not seen your answer in the chat?
Sure. So that's a good question, Mike. So as you mentioned, we do work with a lot of payment processors. There is an end-to-end secure way in which we communicate with them, and it happens through the mechanism that they have defined. And it's whenever it comes to compliance, it's always compliant with whatever we are compliant with. So there's no concept, no chance of any security risk or any compromise that we might be making at any stage. That's not even an option. So yeah, you don't need to worry about that at all.
Thank you so much, Zark. And I'm actually going to leave you up here because we have a couple more questions about UltraSwift. I think people are really excited for that launch. Is it possible to see a demo of the Venmo option when checking out, or where can they find that user experience?
Right. I think what we'll do is that we'll reach out to you guys, and with that, we'll have an option to, we'll attach a quick GIF where it shows exactly how the experience is like when you want to donate with Venmo and with Google Pay. Just in the interest of time, I don't want to go into the details of all of those right now, but those will definitely be answered later in a support thread. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so those of you asking for the demo for Venmo and Google Pay, we will make sure that we get that taken care of for you, and we'll share that with you. I will do my best to include that user experience in the post-event follow-up email, where you'll be led to a post with the recording, the slide deck, all the resources, and we'll also throw in some FAQs and things like that for you. So thank you for that. Let's see, for you again, Zark, all these UltraSwift Pay questions, I love it. From Kevin, are there any disadvantages to activating UltraSwift Pay before the issue with Apple Pay is resolved?
Right. So it's firstly, explaining, Kevin knows what we're talking about, but just to reiterate for others, it's not really an issue. It's just the way Apple Pay works as of now. And they're expanding their horizon in that sense, and they'll be allowing Apple Pay to work outside the same domain policies. So once that is done, we should still be able to basically have Apple Pay outside the Donorbox hosted pages too. But even before that happens, the most important part is that you should enable it. You still have PayPal, Google Pay, and with PayPal, you have Venmo and Mercado Pago options for payments. So there's no harm with activating UltraSwift Pay even before that happens. So yeah, PayPal along with Stripe is definitely two of our most important and most popular payment processing platforms. Yeah.
Thank you, Zark. We've got some more for you. Rapid fire over here. As speedy as UltraSwift Pay is. So from Victoria, I activated UltraSwift Pay, but I don't see a Google Pay listed as an option. How can we help her navigate that?
Right. I think the first and foremost important thing is, are they using the Chrome browser? Because Google Pay will only be available in there, and do they have Google Pay enabled in their browser? If that's the case, Victoria, you can reach out to support and we can look into this in more detail, why the Google Pay option is not showing up on your UltraSwift Pay enabled form. Yeah.
Perfect, thank you. And same type of question from Susanna about Venmo.
Yeah, I think with Venmo, this has come up quite a lot, and we're working with PayPal. There are times where, so Venmo as of now only works in the US with US-based IP addresses and US locations. But even if you're not showing the Venmo option in US-based locations, there is a known bug with one particular scenario in the Safari browser, if I'm not wrong, Leo. I think that's an open issue with PayPal already. But yes, you can reach out to support and we'll look into the details of this, and we can definitely reach out to PayPal on your behalf too. Yeah.
Thank you, Zark. And this one, I guess, can be for anyone. And this is a question that we see a lot. When will we start accepting crypto? Any idea about that, you guys?
I think that's definitely something that we're looking at. We're looking into stock donation options. We're in fact working on stock donation options, and crypto is something that the team is evaluating, and I suppose sometime soon we'll have some good news around that too.
Awesome. Yep. I can only imagine once that is in effect, when we will be sending all sorts of excited emails to you about that. So rest assured that when or if we do start accepting crypto, you will not miss the announcement. You will know that it is here. So thank you for that question. I love when that one comes in. What a cool and exciting space we're living in, that this is something that we're considering. And really grateful to our team of creative engineers and in general to be exploring these options. So Kara, the next one is for you. So we're a small nonprofit, and right now we can't afford premium. How can we start with Donorbox and build up with a really good level of support?
That's a really great question, and we get that a lot, and I completely understand that as well. 100% yes, you can start with Donorbox and build up to that. Obviously, you would have access to all the things we talked about today. You have access to our customer support team that does have a really great response time and will get you what you need. And I will also say too, and Jenna, I don't know if you have this queued up to launch too, but there is, and you can find it in the resources section on the Donorbox page, but we have a Donorbox knowledge community. And when you post a question in there, I respond, Jenna responds, Bobby Joe responds. We have a number of our, Leo's a really quick response in the knowledge community too. That is a great place to pose those questions and learn from other nonprofit organizations who are maybe asking the same questions you are. So 100%, yes, get started with Donorbox. We will answer questions and respond. And, I think you will have great success with a lot of the things that we offer. And continuing engaging in our webinars. Jenna's YouTube videos are really, really helpful. There's a boot camp series with some fundraising fundamentals from last summer, I believe, that you can access and work through on your own. But we're always happy to help. We are truly here to help you help others, and we're not going to let you slide.
Thanks for that, Kara. You are spot on. We have so many resources between our blog, our YouTube channel, our amazing team, our Donorbox knowledge community. I dropped the link for that right there in the chat. So explore all those. And if you ever have a question, just know that you are supported between the CS team and in the community. You can always reach out to us. You can leave us a question on social media, whatever that may be. And we truly are here to make sure that you succeed. So thank you for that thoughtful question. I love this comment from Kevin. Kevin, thank you so much for sharing. Kevin says, just want to share that as a startup nonprofit approaching our first year of operating, there's no way we would have exceeded our fundraising goals for the fiscal year 2022 without Donorbox. Thank you for that glowing testimonial. We are so proud of you and the work you're doing, and really, really grateful for your trust in us. That just made my whole day. So we have time for maybe one more question, and then make sure that you are not signing out. I've got one final CTA for you. So Leo, does Donorbox work everywhere? Our organization is in Puerto Rico.
Yes, it should. I mean, we work basically around the world, so that wouldn't be any problem. There might be sometimes it all depends what type of service they want to use, either PayPal or Stripe, but still there is always that they can either use one or another, but they can use Donorbox for sure.
Excellent.
We actually have organizations for Puerto Rico, so they should be okay.
Yep, absolutely. I've seen a bunch of them.
Yes.
Well, thank you for that. And with that, I think that we have plugged through our questions. If somehow we missed one of your questions, rest assured you can reach out to us at support@donorbox.org. And again, I will be sending an email with a link to our Donorbox knowledge community that will hold the recording, the slide deck, the resources. You can also ask questions right there in that post. All you have to do is click comment and type your question, and all of us will be eager to hop on and answer it for you. So again, I want to remind everyone, if you want to learn more about Donorbox and how we can help you fundraise, please contact our sales team. They're eagerly waiting to hear from you. And on behalf of everyone here at Donorbox, I want to thank you for all that you do to serve others. We're so proud to provide the tools and resources you need to help you help others. And thanks, team, for being here today as well. So thank you, everyone.